Friendslop, the new genre that saved gaming. Let's watch it.
This might come as a shock to many of you, but often video games are primarily designed for enjoyment.
What? Nobody told me.
Now, that's obviously
Not the League
simplifying
of
an entire
Legends.
category of entertainment. You can cry, you can scream, you can learn, you can... Whoa, but if we were trying to explain the concept of gaming to weird extraterrestrial bugs, I assume we'd start off with that. And I like your slime. But as prices go higher, free-to-play gets less free, co-op modes get abandoned, and the carrot on the stick gets further and further away, it starts to feel like the
This
aspect
video
of
is
pure, simple
this
whimsy
video is
is put on
cool.
the back burner for tedious crap. That next achievement, that next unlock, that next skin. There's so many ways video games try to keep you tethered and then subsequently craving the next shackle. Fun for the sake of having fun with no other incentives involved for a while there was kinda dying out as a concept, especially in multiplayer games. Now, the ape-like primitive reward system will obviously still function in our brains forever.
I pressed the button. I get a grape.
You put a pill in this, didn't you?
However, a new genre has emerged, one hell-bent on tackling the monotonous slog and superficial grind. A genre built for laughter, community, and pals. A genre that echoes that medicinal feeling of a late-night 2007 impulse buy. And that genre is... Okay, you got me.
Get under the couch.
That name might not actually be officially recognized by the Council of Gamers.
This place smells so bad, my eyes are watering.
Friendslop, Friend Farm, YouTube Bait, Content Farm, Social Chaos, Viral Streamer Party, Sandbox Sim is a thing that you've probably already played. And yes, I understand a lot of those phrases and titles are actually ridiculing the entire space, but while this genre remains kinda nameless, I'm just gonna say Friendslop for now because I also happen to think it's funny. Lethal Company, Repo, Mage Arena, Content Warning, RV There Yet, Yap Yap, and the best one, you know what it is, baby, Peak. This genre is almost definitionless. They're only loosely held together with a simple
opinions.
cooperative goal. Get thing, go there, say this, do that, but the objective, or lack thereof, is mostly a thin adhesive used to stick any sort of wacky hijinks machines to a shared experience. Falling, dying, trying out an item.
You don't feel so good.
Playing these games is akin to a dumb baby chewing on everything to learn how it works. Oh shit, there's hardly any rules to what makes a friend slop game. In a nutshell, these titles are usually proximity voice-based multiplayer cooperative experiences with a heavy emphasis on self-sabotaging collaboration. What is necessary to progress is often shrouded in metaphorical booby traps and real ones. The effects of abilities frequently extend to players in addition to enemies, and actions and roles are strategically made asymmetrical, forcing players to make concessions either for themselves or for the greater
I
good
forgot
of the team.
forgot
Who's
what
carrying the
that one's
piano
called.
or watching the cameras? Who gets to eat that last egg? This might be the only genre where the supposed purpose or goal of the game takes a backseat to the aspect of playing the game in the abstract.
I was just gonna mention the sponsor of this video. Oh yeah, were you? Take him, boys.
This video is sponsored by Opera GX, the browser for gamers. Derogatory.
Are you tired of your browser cooking your computer for absolutely no
Gamers
reason?
derogatory.
Open a second tab.
Check this out. Opera GX lets you limit the RAM and CPU usage with a built-in VPN and ad blocker, so the next time you need a companion wiki to play a game you like, it's not chugging your frames.
I have no idea how this crafting system works.
And if you're watching a video from that same wiki, the new video pop-up feature lets you overlay that tutorial seamlessly while you browse or play games. And here's my favorite part by far, you're gonna love this. Their new GX mod system allows you to download, create, and customize literally everything from the sounds, visuals, symbols, and even the startup animation and bring some whimsy back to your browsing.
Skip.
All right, back to it. There's definitely levels of cravings for this in other
Oh, I
games.
really like
Take
that
a look
one.
at Arc Raiders. The proximity voice makes talking.
I haven't played Arc Raiders.
Just saying hello. Oh my god.
Really fun and interesting because there's genuinely almost zero benefit to doing this other than the shared joy and communal experience of making momentary friends in a constantly hostile
I've wanted to
environment.
play Arc
Yes,
Raiders,
you could argue if you're not a good shot,
but
begging
there's
for
just
your
so
life is
many.
a benefit, but it's always
I just
quicker to
haven't.
shoot first and ask questions later, but many choose the don't shoot emote instead. It's
Don't
far
shoot.
more beneficial
Don't shoot.
to drop a group of 3 and take all their resources, but lots of people will call out,
You good, bro? We're cool if you're cool.
surrendering resources and bargaining bargaining with other players isn't necessary whatsoever, but as humans, we crave this experience above all else because it makes us feel something greater than the acquisition of the items themselves. But friendslop games purposely sacrifice efficiency as a main mechanic, shrouding entire concepts and features behind vague how-tos, rough explanations, or a fuck around and find out structure. The actual, real objective is to be I'm gonna
funny.
crush something real quick. A lot of annoyingly cynical internet losers think these games are made exclusively for content creators only. And yeah, comedy-focused games undeniably benefit from being silly clip farms, but to act like people without a fucking following can't enjoy, laugh, and create those same moments is just nonsense and almost like digital classist in a way.
Oh, you're playing the game for the sheer enjoyment and not to exaggerate your facial expressions for clickbait thumbnails? How penurious.
If anything, playing these games with friends in a Discord, laughing and goofing off is a far more authentic experience and should be celebrated above all else. Fuck! Anyway, I really like killing my friends. Laughing with your friends is the main objective here. Sure, Peak has, well, the peak and badges. Lethal Company, Repo, and Content Warning have levels and a shared point system that
I like
progresses the run. But
Repo
think about the actual
a lot,
moments
actually.
you remember, even
I
years later.
don't
I
like
bet you can't tell
Peak
me your
as
highest
much.
quota or how much money you made off that one item, but I'm sure as hell you can tell me about that time your friend was cut off mid-sentence as he was dragged into hell, or that time you did that perfect outro, or that time your buddy completely airballed the shelf shroom and flung himself off the fucking cliff, never to be recovered. Moments that left you laughing so hard you struggled to breathe. These moments are worth everything, far more than any unlock or worthless Steam achievement. These comedic moments help us grow as people, as friends, as family. I know that sounds dramatic, but I think the
Valid.
genre has really found something not only deeply important,
Real.
but incredibly neglected. The fluff and fanfare has been gutted for the absolute mission to make sure you and your friends have the most fun experience possible.
Pure
Not only are these
gamium.
games good for your soul, they're good for the entire industry.
Oh, $200 million for checklist quest. Oh, let me purchase this one on my corner.
Listen, man, you're fucking up your life with this Klarna shit. You gotta stop.
Oh, but it has over 2,000 collectibles.
Stop, just, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Oh, damn! Extremely lukewarm take here. New games are too goddamn expensive to manufacture and to purchase. There's actually a really good video on this by a local genius. They're calling him the first smart person, dumb person hybrid. Check it out, it's a good video. But another wonderful benefit of these games being fun forward and not flashy bullshit forward is they're often, if not entirely, affordable to produce and play.
Pig was made in like 4 weeks and it sold a fuck trillion copies.
You don't need hyper-realistic graphics to giggle. The best way to make a comedic physics engine is to have the art style be simplistic and easy to read during the chaos. Games like Wobbly Life, Humans Fall Flat, Gang Beasts, Party Animals, and Totally Reliable Delivery Service realized this
Gang
long
Beasts,
ago.
I really
Accessibility
like
and
that
price
one,
is
except
so damn important here because these games require
I
you
have
and your entire
trouble
friend group
getting
to
it
buy
to
an
work.
individual copy. And if the game you're
Like,
proposing
it
is
has
$7,
issues
that's
with
gonna go over
connecting
a hell of a lot better in
multiplayer.
the Discord than if the game is $70 fucking dollars.
I love to play, man, but my rent has gone up 7 times this month.
Something just came across my desk, fellas, and it looks incredible. It's called Hammer Rat. 6 of us are going to be scuttering little vermin trying to eat household groceries while one player is going to try to beat us to death with hammers.
I'm not really sure. Maybe.
It's $6.99. And it's so motivating for game developers, veteran devs, or ones that are just getting started. You've probably looked at these games and been like, man, I can make something like this. That's the thing. You fucking can. So many of these games have sold millions of copies with either minuscule budgets or straight up non-existent budgets developed on a singular computer sometimes. Sure, solo devs have been a thing forever. Party games have existed forever too, but honest question, have we ever seen these styles of games, these proximity-voiced, social hangout, silly goof-off Friday game night games on the main stage like this?
Hell no.
That's awesome. That's so sick.
What
It's
is he
encouraging
doing?
in an often discouraging landscape where you feel you never have enough money, time, effort, or even skill to make a damn fun video game. The entire emotional
Hammer Rat
and
2.
economic systems of this genre does a wonderful job of bringing us back to the I bet at some point recently, maybe a few weeks ago, maybe a year, or possibly even today, you felt disenchanted by video games in general and unmotivated to even launch one. Sometimes I find myself locked with choice paralysis, staring at a massive library of games, and when it comes to finding and firing up a multiplayer game, that effect is magnified even more because the shared choice paralysis among friends is a fucking nightmare.
Shared choice paralysis.
Last too long. Daily quest, learning curve, 37 hours of cutscenes. I'm just trying to make it work, but it won't even load on my
Fucking screen! Oh my god! So you know it's been a nice breath of fresh air? Go there, get Thing, Don't Die for a few bucks. Anyone can play these games and join in on the fun. Splintered friend groups will rally behind the low price point and ease of play. Your friend that only plays Stardew Valley? They'll play Peak and they'll love the fun art style and the little bug guys. Your friend that only plays Apex? They'll play too, and they'll have the best movement of the group for sure. And your friend that barely plays any games at all, I bet you could convince them to hop on as well, and I guarantee you they'll laugh the loudest. I truly hate that the internet has taken the
Now it's at
aspect of
Hammer
playing a
at
game
3.
for fun and laughter and not nebulous rewards and cynically mocked and labeled it in a way to make it seem invalid or stupid. This genre is anything but slop, so let's start calling them what they really are. A friend-like. Naturally, countless motivations draw players to video games: an engrossing story, a competitive sweat, an artistic message, or maybe just a distraction or after-work ritual. But a category I think we lost on the way is friendship. Arcades are relics. Couch co-op is dying. Non-PvP multiplayer is being eradicated. The planet's dying. The government hates us. The animals are leaving and the aliens aren't contacting us. We might be alone. It just might be you and me. That's okay, because do we really need anyone else?
I I get the urge to start singing the 30 Seconds to Mars song. Good video. I'd say half of the games that were shown. Like I don't like Peak as much. I like Repo. I like the gambling game. What's it called? Gamble with your friends or something? Actually, I think that one's really fun. Yeah.